mistake from the Frenchman.
God, should have been the man. Yes, sir. First class flights on the Delta.
Here comes Ward-Prowse. Loftus-Cheek takes aim.
This is Corner Flag Talk.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us once again. We are back. The Premier League has finally started back, and we are extremely excited for it. I didn't want to bring nobody on the show who had a really bad weekend. I brought on Chad to join us. Chad, how are you good?
I really good.
Good job, I know. You had a good weekend too,
I'm excited for the Premier League back.
Alright, so first off, before we get into anything, we want to let you guys know that the three of us, along with three other people, we have a project starting up. And by the time this episode is out, our first episode on that podcast will be called Off the Bench Podcast, where we'll be doing stuff that will be more cosmopolitan, current stuff going on and that. And we have a series going on called What is Podcast Culture? So you guys can understand what is a podcast, you can understand why it is taboo, and why we're trying to remove that tabooism from it, and we can help try to integrate into another form of media, right? So we get into it. We start off with the big game of the weekend, the headliner, the Man United versus Chelsea. I found this game was very interesting from a Chelsea point of view. I found that Chelsea were unlucky in a sense, that they finished the first half probably feeling a little hard done by the two times they hit the post was in the first half.
Yeah, first half.
And then, even Barkley had a really good chance that, he hit straight at the hair. And you're like, on a different day with probably better, like maybe if it was Loftus-Cheek or whoever was playing, you could have seen a way more different outcome from the game. But, this is why when we did our predictions for July, I said, I think, Chelsea can finish outside the top six.
Yeah.
They don't really have anybody that you can highlight as a finisher. Or like for Tammy was very bright, and that he's probably just a little bit more training, a little bit more maturity away from being a good striker from them. But they didn't really have that killer touch. Like, Chad, even as a United fan, you can say that even in the first half that they were pretty progressive through the midfield,
Yeah, they enjoyed most of the possession during the first half. They had better chances, obviously, hitting the post twice.
Yeah.
And the game really turned when Rashford won the penalty.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea had all the momentum, and as soon as that went in, United started the high press. And Chelsea still had their chances, but United started to go into the game more because they started very soon.
Yeah, and the thing is that going into this season, Kurt Zouma was being linked constantly to go after Everton, and they wanted him. It was confirmed that they wanted him, and Chelsea was saying, no, we think he progressed well enough, he can come back and be a starter. And then he came back now, and it's his first game back as a professional football game, and him and Christensen didn't really look like they were clicking at all, And other than the penalty he gave away, him and the captain, Aston were very poor. As we allowed Rashford to run off him multiple times, but I mean, at his age and with his legs, you could kind of understand that. But still, the point remains that he was outrun almost the entire game. Rashford, Martial, all of them gave him a hard time. Even Pogba, who wasn't even the quickest of players, ran away from him for the fourth goal. And we can see that, there will be some problems for Chelsea going into the season. What do you think, Vigil?
So looking at this game is, you can look at it from both sides. Like from United side, there's obviously a new United really, and I won't go to the extent and say this like a brand new, but you can see with United they have a new energy. That's what I want to say. They have faster build-up play, and they're getting more attacking support, which they're getting now from Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw to join the attack. But I feel like this is not really not really right test for United, and I just feel for Chelsea, for Chelsea is also for them. I'll say they can't reach themselves of this game too, because this Chelsea side is very young and inexperienced. The reason why I would say this is not the Chelsea we're going to be seeing everywhere, because this Chelsea side obviously going to struggle against top six side. But I feel the way their strength is going to come is from games outside top six. They're coming and looking more like a small side. Really, they're looking like games against the top six. They will need to at least get a point at least.
Yeah.
I don't. The thing about Chelsea, they're looking good going forward, but since Hazard gone and Hazard was contributing to most of the goals, you just don't know where the goals going to come from.
And from the United side, Chad, what was like your takeaway from the game, Because first half it was really even, but the second half, you took off from it. How you felt seeing a very young attack, a lot of new players into the team.
I mean, it's very good, especially the new players added to the defense. Because Harry Maguire and Wan-Bissaka made a very, very huge impact on the team itself as compared to last season. Like, it had moments where I thought, Chelsea was about to break through.
Yeah.
But because it's Harry Maguire, because it's Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka was phenomenal that game.
Yeah, it was a relief.
Yeah.
Like, even though we still need to build in the midfield and maybe an additional striker.
Yeah.
It still brought a sense of relief, like, okay, we could try and fight for the top 4.
Did you think going into the season you could have seen Pereira as a starter?
Yeah, because we have no midfield, really. So you need everyone to step up.
And comparing him to, he played in the same position that Chung, I forget what's Chung's first name, right? Thais Chung and Daniel James were playing in. Do you could see him staying above them in the pecking order?
Yeah, because Chung, he is very young.
Yeah.
And I heard a rumor that he may be on loan somewhere. And because they released his squad list for the season, and the 2 youngsters were Angel Gomez and Mason Greenwood.
Right.
So Chung, for now, he will remain with the under 23s. But Daniel James, for me, I don't think he's a starter.
Right.
He is more the game coming down, the game come to a close. You need to score a goal. He bring the pace in.
Yeah.
Like he did against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because it was Pogba. The screen had Pogba running alone, and I just see past. I was like, "What are you doing?" And then this man come from behind. And score. I was like, "Cool, that was nice."
And then really quickly, last thing, right? We just spoke about Pogba there. I not gonna lie, I be very hard on Pogba. And the reason being, I really like him as a player. What I don't like is the inconsistency he brings. And in this game, you literally saw both sides of it. First half, he gave away the ball a lot. There was a little, like, okay, where's the little extra from him? And then second half, now he turns on the style. Beautiful ball for Rashford. Great run through the team. And then hold up the ball to give Daniel James his first goal. Where does the United's perspective fall on him right now, even after some of him saying he wants a new challenge?
Well, as always said, before the season started, that Pogba is a player here and he's been fantastic, a fantastic professional and whatever. And for me, I think that Pogba, like in the game, even though he gave away the ball a lot, it's because he is like the most creative player on the team. So he would try things that other players wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree.
If those things that he tried does come off, it would be amazing on every highlight reel.
Yeah.
But the fact that sometimes it doesn't. Then people say, "Way Pogba had a very bad game." And like the 2 assists he had, well, Rashford one was very, 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 very good.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, so it is not really like he had a bad game. It's just he tries a lot. Like I saw he made a run between 2 defenders and he tried to spin.
Yeah,
but he slipped, man.
Yeah.
And it kind of hurt because he's on our counter. But the day it had get through.
So, just last thing before we move on from this, I think, just going back to Chelsea for a bit, I think there really is some work for Frank to be done. I think in the first half you saw there was a plan for them. However, when the game went against them, he couldn't react fast enough. And probably because he didn't have the personnel. And like I said, there'll be a different Chelsea team later on. We're going to see Kante come back into the side. We're going to see Loftus come in, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and Rudiger as well. And these players could have a tentatively big impact. And Reece James as well, and there might be a difference here. However, I just hope that this Chelsea board and the club and Roman is willing to give Frank the patience afforded to somebody of his stature coming in as a past player, but even as a manager who didn't have a transfer window, the patience that he deserves.
Yeah, he needs the time.
Yeah, I just want to add quick on this is just that I feel like bringing in Frank Lampard was a way for them to just buy time.
Yeah.
If they finish and just get top 4, they'll be like, okay, that is a big achievement for them.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go on to the next game on that day was Arsenal versus Newcastle. For me, people watched it and saw only 1-0, all the hype, and for me I was like, that's a really good result. And I'm not saying that because I just want to be Arsenal-centric. Let me just throw you back to last season really quickly. Arsenal away record was horrible. Completely horrible. Second thing, Arsenal had the 9th most goals conceded in the league. Third thing, Arsenal had 1 clean sheet away from home. 1. And now we start off the season with a clean sheet. I know a lot of us have Newcastle touted to go down, But I think it was a really, really good result. We saw depth in his squad in the sense that, we spoke before we came on the show about, look at the bench before the game. Look at the players who wasn't even on the bench, And we saw so much, 3 youngsters, 3 Healing products on the field at the same time, one of them then the assistant, Maitland-Niles. And we saw that these players are willing to step up a little bit. I thought all of them especially were really, really good. And this is not the team that we're going to see in 6 weeks. When Holden is back, Bellerin is back, Tierney is back. All these guys are up to full fitness, and Nicolas Pepe and Nani Ceballos and Lacazette. And it could be a very, very different thing we could see in the meaty part of the season, What was your takeaway, Virgil?
But I find, as I said, this Arsenal side, they look good. I know they last season they're struggling a lot away from home. The good and a positive thing is they had 6 players on the bench that we would see being regular starters.
Yeah.
And this Arsenal side look good. I find the youths especially look good. Like I feel Emery needs to find a way to give Nelson some more game time this season because he looked very bright, nice, and been doing that since last season.
Yeah.
And this Arsenal side, because of from the midfield, I find that they had a lot of chances created that game.
Yeah.
And just looking at Ceballos being on the bench and Torreira, but from just what they had that game, I felt like they created a lot of chances. The only issue for me with, and I'll have to go with Aubameyang, I find Aubameyang needs a lot of chances in order to convert a goal. I feel like with other strikers, if you give other strikers, if you give all the strikers in the Prem, the top 6, 10 chances, probably Aubameyang would score the least most out of those 10 chances.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
But from that game, he looked good, and he looked good with the personnel around him. So just imagine if everyone else steps in.
Yeah.
Because him and Lacazette have a good understanding.
Yeah.
And for him to have those personnel around, I feel like Arsenal attack looked good, and it just waits to see how the defense will look.
I'll try to make them watch the whole game, but from what did you see? What was your takeaways from that?
Well, first of all, the result, as you said, it was very important for Arsenal to get that away win. As you said, the away record wasn't that great last season. But the team itself, the players they have looks better, except maybe for the defense. Like Virgil was saying, the youth, Reece Nelson, yes, he had a very good season in Bundesliga.
Last year,
Milan-Niles?
No, the next one, Willock. Yeah, he had a good game in the midfield there. And he, as youngsters, they will only get better because the players they have on the team with them are good players.
Yeah.
So they could only get better.
And like just last thing, I think like this game was it was a really good, paradigm that we watched a game where the youths really performed in Maitland-Niles, Willock, Guendouzi, who people forget is only 19, and Reece Nelson, right? But at the same time now, in players that were playing next to them in those given positions on the other flank, in Mkhitaryan and Xhaka, especially the first half, they were really, really horrible. Mkhitaryan kind of ball from right in the box over the bar from somebody who's a senior player, a starting player. Xhaka and Mkhitaryan were guilty of giving you the ball in very, very soft positions and putting the team under pressure. And now you're seeing these young players playing in similar roles and are putting them under threat. Because Pepe is playing in the same position as him, and Pepe came in as a record signing. We have Torreira starting to come in. Torreira and Xhaka is playing in the same position. And these players now are having to play for their spot. There is not just such thing as a show starter. If you ask me show starters in this Arsenal team right now, I can only give you 3 names. And that's probably Leno, Aubameyang, and Socrates. Everybody else's position they have to fight for. Which, for me now as a fan, that's a good thing. But for these players, they need to fight if they want to be on the field.
That will work out good because the team will just give it too.
So we'll go on to the Saturday fixtures now. We go for the last one. Tottenham versus Aston Villa. This was a rough one for Aston Villa, Aston Villa, in my opinion, played really, really well. However, a certain man came off the bench and just injected a ton of quality. Who other than Christian Eriksen? As soon as he came on, the result completely changed. Even though he didn't have no direct contributions, he lifted the entire quality of the team. And Ndombele got his first goal after a shaky first half. Sissoko got an assist after a shaky first half. And Aston Villa showed some really, really, really good fight. And it was just really unlucky for them. Virgil, before we got into the season, we did our preview, we both had Aston Villa staying up. Yeah. And I think when you watch this game, you saw signs of a team that's ready to stay in the Premier League. And when we compare it later on to when we go to the Norwich-Liverpool game, we saw when Norwich was so willing to commit numbers forward that they put their defense in jeopardy, whereas this Aston Villa team was solid on both ends of the pitch.
Because looking at the game, for me, I was focusing more on the midfield and defense.
Yeah.
And before Kane had scored his first goal,
right?
You saw they had a lot of discipline in the defense side of the midfield.
Yeah.
And defense, they had a lot of composure in defense.
Yeah.
But notably, I was really impressed with the midfield, to be honest. Like the midfield, they were good. They were good at getting the ball out, spreading the play. You know, looking to find the runners. They were looking good there, but it said it really did change when Eriksen came on. Eriksen was just going at the midfield. I feel like that was it. But I feel like through this season, Aston Villa right now will find the rhythm, find the rhythm of being up in Prem. And I feel like going up against different opponents, going up against like more the mid-table teams, I feel Aston Villa will be. They are not like these teams that came up from the championship this year.
Yeah.
I feel like they are not really any pushovers.
Yeah.
These teams right now, very good teams that come.
Alright, Chad, so real quickly, coming out of this game now, we saw that, Tottenham signed some big players. They signed with Chelsea, they signed Ryan and they signed Ndombele, and there have been questions about depth of Spurs before, How do you see these players integrated into Spurs side?
Well, Ndombele he scored the equalizing goal, and it was a very, very, very good goal. And Pochettino spoke after the game saying that he just showed a glimpse of his true potential.
Yeah.
And he had a very impressive season with Leon last season.
Yeah.
So I think he would fit in really, really well.
Yeah.
To help Spurs try and push for the title. maybe win the Champions League.
They'll make it tight about the entity.
Yes, instead of 2 horses, they could just tag along to make it a 3.
Like 2 horses on a pony,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think these signings could integrate really well. Alright, Virgil, we'll go on to your game now. We'll talk about Man City. And I really wanted to get to this for a big reason, because VAR was a big deal in this game. It ruled out a goal that was probably less than a millimeter offside.
It was a shoulder.
Yeah.
Because the rulers, offside rulers, so the opposing player would not have an advantage.
Yeah.
But a shoulder is not really an advantage.
You see, from what I've read, that the offside rule was created to stop what we call loafing, right? And I think that VAR is good in the sense that it helps us to be efficient with it. But I do think that, and I'm not saying that we should have allowed the goal, I'm just saying that, it wasn't a case where he was trying to gain advantage.
No, but the problem with VAR is the camera position.
Right.
Because it depends on where the camera angle is, you could see if the man offside or not.
Yeah.
If he's directly in line, then you could see if he's offside. But if further in front of the line,
yeah, I get where you're coming from now.
And that was the problem when it was first in the FA Cup. Like United scored, and the line they used was
it was off. Yeah. And now in that same game now, we saw a goal that could have been very well ruled out offside, but wasn't, which was Raheem's second goal.
Yeah.
And again, we come back to the inefficiencies of VAR, and we wonder, is it really ready for the Premier League? And then there was another game this weekend where VAR was used again to rule out a goal. I believe it was the Watford game.
It was Leicester Wolves.
Leicester Wolves. And no, it also had another game other than that. It had I believe it was Watford versus who Watford lost 3-0 to Brighton, right? Yeah, I believe it was them. And it's gonna add controversy. It's not gonna take away controversy, clearly. But at the end of this, City run out winners once again. The whole team looks like a well-oiled machine. I said before the start of the season, I think Kevin De Bruyne could be PFA winner this year, because I think he's coming out with a vengeance, and he did play well to me.
Yeah.
Just a few loose touches in the first half. A few. West Ham posed very little threat to them. Some moments here and there. A really, really good one for Javier Hernandez, which Ederson saved brilliantly in a double save. Where he saved that one and then saved Javier Hernandez header. But, before we get to you, we know you want to say plenty, Chad, we saw that they brought in Rodri, they brought in Cancelo, and they brought in Angelino at left back, Do you think that this could be the year, even though we're talking about the Premier League, this could be the year that Man City could actually push for that coveted Champions League?
Yeah, I really think they could.
Yeah.
Because it's not only something Man City want, it's something Pep Guardiola has been yearning for since he won the Barcelona in 2011.
Yeah.
That was 8 years.
Yeah.
So, and the signings he made were good additions to the team.
Yeah.
Especially in Rodri.
Yeah.
So today this season could be the season.
What do you think, like, out of those 3 signings, which one in midfield gonna have the biggest impact?
Maybe Rodri
as
a replacement, because Fernandinho is on his last legs.
Yeah.
And Fernandinho has been a very good player for Man City, especially in the Premier League, for a very long time. So I feel Rodri will be very important. And
Virgil, we know what's Pep's favourite word after guys is rotation, He loves to move around his players, When you have a squad that big of that much quality, to keep them happy, he has done a really good job. To have all of them invested. He brought in somebody who won a league title last year, was guaranteed to be a starting Juventus, to now be in a role where he has to be more competitive in Cancelo, How do you see rotation working for him to keep all these players happy this year?
Now the rotation going to work a lot in Pep's favour this season, because since the startup of Pep's career at Man City, Pep did not want to stick to one formation. That was the problem. That was his issue that caused us to finish so low his first season.
Right.
Because he didn't have the personnel.
Yeah.
That was him still trying out.
Yeah.
But now that we have so much depth, whereas last season where we had a lot of depth last season, but you could see in key areas when a player was missing.
Yeah.
It's either you have to just use the same player out of form, or put somebody who not really comfortable in that position, and you'll see them, and that will mostly be in bigger games, and you'll see the players being caught out. Now that he has so much, and as Pep one thing I'll get into after is Pep mindset. Mindset is that how he say attack wins you game, but defense wins you titles. And Pep had a lot of defensive players, and that's what Pep really wanted. That's why he really wanted Rodri, and he's pushing for Cancelo.
Yeah.
Because he have a lot more he could play. And those players, he have a lot of players that could be versatile and could play other roles along through the back four.
Yeah.
And either whether he do a back four or back five.
Yeah.
But what separates Man City from a lot of other teams is just the mentality.
Yeah.
Where Pep has instilled in all the players that every game you go out to, treat it like a cup final.
Yeah.
Every game, no opponent, we are not going to play a weak side against any opponent. Everybody comes in. No matter if you play a weak side and you underperform, that is you might cost yourself. You might cost yourself in
be that side 9-0 last season.
Pep says even if we lead it 5-0 and you miss a chance, he's seeing that as you miss a chance. Think about it as a bigger game. Think about you have to treat every minute of the game as if you need a goal.
But before the season started, we talk about Raheem Sterling, and I'm a big fan of him, and I just feel like his movement is just constantly improving. And I have had the argument before when people say he's a system player, and I've come to the conclusion now where I think calling somebody a system player is probably the most dumb thing ever. And the reason I say that now is that you can say that about any player in the world, because everybody plays in different systems. Everybody has to play a system. And I think Raheem Sterling has arguably become, if not the best top 3 wingers in the league, between him, Salah and Mane, and scoring a hat-trick on the first day just shows again how we went from this rough winger at Liverpool, even the rough winger in his first year at Man City, to now one of the most accomplished scorers in the league. Look how well he took his first and his last goal, Virgil. Very easy for somebody to misplace those kinds of shots in a way. He give the keeper a little body feint and then went near post. Most players would have to go far post. And we have seen where he's become such a reliable goal scorer for Man City. So real quickly, going to go on to the Liverpool-Norwich game. Big talking point for me was that I found they were very shaky in the back compared to usual times.
Yeah.
I found like Pukki and the other players got a decent amount of half chances, small chances.
Norwich played very well.
And Norwich probably, they deserved the 1 goal. But on the flip side now, Liverpool just really clinical. They had that big teamness about them where even though they wasn't playing well, they could have enforced themselves onto the team, And we saw players come up big for them. We saw Salah, first goal of the season. We saw Origi came up big for them. And of course, the man mounted himself, the Rolls Royce, Virgil van Dijk, you know. Good bastard. He wrote people here. I saw Man United and Man City for the top of Liverpool. But I'll ask you this, Virgil. Virgil, do you think that they have what it takes to have enough gas in their tank to win the league this year?
It's just, as I said, like when we did the episode before, I don't know how Liverpool going to cope if somebody like say Salah was out, but I know they did it without money, and that's another positive. That I'll admit that they did that good because already I'm slotting good.
Yeah.
I felt like okay, a key thing that I noticed from that game is Robertson and Trent Alexander. They were vital in every goal really. They also look good on defense. And just
I felt like they committed so much numbers forward that half space between our fullback and the defender, the Norwich attackers exploited that really well.
Yeah, the Norwich players, they weren't afraid.
Yeah.
First game of the season in Anfield, a very intimidating place to play.
Yeah.
And they weren't afraid. They 4-0 down in the first half hour, and they still were not afraid to play their own football, and they got a goal as a result of it. I mean, it wasn't enough to cause Liverpool any problems, but it just showed where Liverpool defense may have a lapse sometimes.
Yeah. And Virgil, you yourself said, when we gave our predictions for relegated teams, you had Norwich staying up.
Yeah.
And I feel like this game was enough to vindicate our response.
Yeah.
And we saw Pukki, who top scored the championship last year. It could be a big goal scorer this year. Alright guys, so we're going to move on to our trivia section at this point. So I have the questions here for these guys to answer. So, first question on the list is Scottish players, right? John McGinn is the first Scottish player to score his Premier League debut since blank in September 2010 and that was for Blackpool versus Blackburn, right? I get a hint before he went down. Before he left the Premier League, he left with West Brom in 2016-17, whenever it was. Who was that player?
Scottish player.
Yeah.
So shout out to you.
Anyone over there?
You want to answer? Alright, well I think it is Matt Phillips.
Hey, that's correct, man. And Matt Phillips was actually decent before he went down, but he scored on his debut in the game between Blackpool and Blackburn, but eventually got relegated with West Brom. One for Chad now. Paul Pogba has been directly involved in 18 Premier League goals since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took charge of Manchester United, which is 10 goals, 8 assists. Do you know, Chad, that is the joint most of any player, any competition during that time period? But could you tell me who you think is the other player?
I guess it's somebody from Man City.
Yeah, probably, given they win the title and kind of thing.
The scorer of Mentos.
It's true.
I'll say Aguero.
And that's correct. Sergio Aguero has joined most with 18 as well. And for you, Virgil, since his Premier League debut for Arsenal in February 2018, only Mo Salah with 36 has scored more goals in the competition than this player. Who is this player?
So that's the player.
Yeah. I don't see this question wrong. What the fuck?
How do we have Aubameyang?
Correct. It's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the best striker in the world. And now, guys, for the goal of the weekend, I'm going for the third goal for Brighton. It was a phenomenal finish. Rounding the keeper and scoring a really nice goal. So really round off a very good performance from Brighton, who I thought was going down, and I might just have to reevaluate my views, but not yet, not after one game. Would you?
I'll say Rashford's second goal from the release from Pogba. That assist alone made the goal.
Yeah.
So I'll say that's my goal of the weekend.
My goal of the weekend was Pukki's goal against Liverpool.
Yeah.
The pass, first of all, was amazing, and the finish was in the corner. And that was
a good goal. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. Let's keep forgetting to say this at the beginning, but like, subscribe, drop some comments, follow us everywhere on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. We have barbecue tickets out now that if you're still here, please contact any one of us for tickets for right now. It's to help with our students' tuition, our local football team, and to help running of this program. Thank you guys so much for listening. Catch you guys next time. See you soon. Take it easy.
God, should have been the man. Yes, sir. First First class flights on the Delta. Check still sitting on the dresser. Yes, sir. I settled for the lessons. Said I've been a man. Yes, sir. Head down, but I stay blessed up. God told me that I'm next up. Yes, sir.